Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of Sips of Success. This is episode number 6. We're so
Woo!
excited to keep going. This has been amazing. I
Yes.
am Cameron, and this is my beautiful wife.
Aaron, what's up?
What's
We are
going on?
sipping on what?
Hot chocolate,
Homemade hot chocolate. So good.
topped with what's now melted gingerbread
Whipped cream.
whipped cream that we got from Target. Had to try it out.
Mm, it's so good. So, a little hack because I like homemade hot cocoa and I will use eggnog as the base. And it
Oh,
is
yeah.
so good. We love getting our eggnog like from this place called Oberweis in Michigan. I don't know if anyone's local, but they have the best eggnog, ice cream, any dairy products. It's so good.
Yeah.
So I use that eggnog and then just added some chocolate and like razzle dazzled it
Yeah,
up. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
for sure. It's good.
So yes,
It's also the holidays.
it is the
so this is
holiday
like very
season.
fitting. This is why we have gingerbread
Whipped cream.
whipped cream. It's really good, actually.
Cameron is a Christmas person through and through. I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all know this. Oh, we talked about this on another episode.
Yeah.
But
It's not really
he
just
literally
Christmas, though. It's
loves
just
the holiday
holidays.
season. Yeah. So I'm excited that we're in this time of the year. We still haven't put our Christmas decorations up.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that soon.
Yeah.
We always go and get a real tree.
Yeah. We may change the setting just for the holiday. Just for
Really?
Yeah. What about
Oh,
maybe
okay.
for the month of December?
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in front of the tree or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
Before I break, I got a little 1 week or 2 week break of just kind of enjoying the holidays or whatever. But yeah,
I'm down.
that's who episodes can be.
Well, cheers to the holidays.
Cheers.
This or that time. Would you rather be a housewife or like a stay-at-home mom and your husband is the breadwinner? Or would you rather your wife be the be the breadwinner and out doing the work, bringing home the money, and the husband is the house husband or the stay-at-home dad?
Which one would you prefer?
Obviously, we know that there are people who are going to say, oh, well, why can't both people just be out there chasing a bag, getting to it? But
this is all hypothetical. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, if you had to pick,
Which
one would you pick?
Yeah.
I'm asking you first. I'm asking you first. Go ahead, baby.
Which one I pick?
I know what you picking.
What am
You
I
picking house husband. Cameron is his dream to be a house husband.
I ain't gonna say dream, but the opportunity has now presented itself in dream in dream form. So yeah, I'm going with was that the first option? No, second option.
You're going with the house husband.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Okay, this is now not hypothetical because this is reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do make a good living. I have made us a good living. I got us started in life,
Mm-hmm.
but the success financially that Aaron has experienced, in the last few years.
Well, that we've experienced together.
I mean, we've
through
experienced
my particular
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah, through her skill set, I should say, through your skill set. You have earned quite a bit of money that I can never earn at my job.
Right.
Not to say that I can't earn, but also the way I see it is, why would I try to do that at my job when I can just further push you along to create something bigger than that was even started? So just finding my way. It's not really house husband. When I look at it, it's more so like, how can I
Support
add
the
to
mission. Yeah.
what we have going on? So that's why I look
Exactly.
at it as house husband. It's not anything lazy or anything like that.
Right.
But it's kind of like when somebody's own, you need to. It's not a time for jealousy. It's not a time for, oh, I need to outdo someone. No, it's not time for
Max
that.
out.
Yeah, like this is an opportunity that we
Yeah.
didn't see coming. So now that it came, we like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm team house husband. As long as I get to continue supporting and
Yes.
pushing you along.
I'm team housewife. I would love to be a housewife or just like, tending to the home, the family, all the things. However, I even feel like in that I would need something on my own.
Yeah.
Like even if that was my primary job in our marriage, to be a wife and a mother, I still feel like that I don't want to say get bored because that is a huge responsibility, but I would still need something for myself. That is truly a job of service. Like you are serving your family
Yeah.
day in, day out, all day, every day.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would still end up in the space that I'm in, even if I was. Like if you got some big tech job
Yeah.
and we're making a lot of money and you were like, Aaron, I just want you to like stay at home, blah, blah, blah. And we agreed upon that, I would be totally fine with that. I would
Yeah.
be thrilled. But I would still want like
But it's
something.
funny because that's how I thought things were going to go. Like
Yeah.
that's the trajectory that we were, I guess, going toward from the beginning. That all got scrapped. But also I always think about my grandma. Somebody was just asking about my grandparents or something like that because I just made a post. But my grandma didn't. She didn't work like a job. But every last grandchild, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, picking us up from school. Yeah, my granddad made money, but she paid all the bills. Like she did basically all the legwork. It's kind of
Yeah.
like you got a doctor, and it's not. I'm not trying to disrespect. So if I'm saying this wrong, if you're a doctor, just let me know. But it's kind of like a doctor. You have nurses who are in there like all day with the patient, and then the doctor comes in and kind of like ties everything up, like
Yeah.
makes it pretty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the nitty gritty part is kind of seems like the nurses are in there
Yeah.
with you handling
No,
patients
that's
and
facts.
grandkids all day. So yeah, I did think that it was going to go like that. So to your point, you probably still would have ended up in the area that you're in, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
The good thing about us though is that we have a very, well, I won't say very, but like we have a pretty non-traditional marriage.
Oh yeah.
And just in terms of who handles what, I'm definitely way more of a procrastinator when it comes to household tasks, like not even household tasks, but just like keeping life
Just
afloat.
life in general.
Yeah, like dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, certain stuff I'm just not good at. That feels like a huge task to me. I would much rather make a YouTube video than to call the doctor's office and make an appointment. That's just how I am. Cameron, on the other hand, is really good about like keeping up with that, making sure the dog goes to the vet, making sure like all of those kind of, I don't know, more domestic tasks.
Yeah, all of
We
our
both
appointments.
share
Yeah.
the cleaning and making sure the house stays tidy. Cameron does the laundry, does all the yard work. Like I'm definitely not mowing nobody's lawn, but it's just we've figured out how to operate and keep our household afloat, even though both of us are working. And at some point, hopefully, we are both on this one page of getting Aaron on demand and everything else that we have planned for our future
Yeah.
off the completely off, and we're both 100% in it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I think it's just that, like figuring out what works for you. And for some people, when the woman is the breadwinner, and it's like there's no point in messing that up. Like you might as well, as a husband, figure out how to be a
Nurture that.
supportive role,
Yeah.
and you're still leading. And that's what I think a
I
lot
think
of
that's
people
yeah.
miss that. It's like you are still very much so leading our marriage, and obviously we both have say. Like that doesn't mean that Cameron makes all the calls, but he's still the leader in our household, and I still have that like highest level of respect.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
do think there's a intimidation factor that some men can experience. But I think it's a confidence in who you always been. I think for me, like I said, where we were going, I had all the plans and work. My plans got scrapped because something better presented itself. It's just that simple to me. So when
Yeah.
something presents itself, I gotta fall in line.
Yeah.
That's
Now, when you say your plans got scrapped, what do you mean by that?
my plans got scrapped in how I thought when when I thought about proposing, when we got married, I saving all the money I saved, thinking this is about to get us started in life. That's what I mean by it got scrapped. Like what I thought it was going to look like and what I prepared for no longer. Well, I'm not gonna say it didn't matter, but it didn't. It served its purpose
When it in that season.
in that season,
Yeah.
like
Now,
immediately.
when you say it got scrapped, you're not saying that your dreams and
Oh no,
aspirations got scrapped.
no,
Okay. That's
No.
what I was just making sure.
no.
You're saying that the common goal is still the same. It just looks different.
It looks different.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of like how, when I did propose, when I said it, in the last video or so, or the last episode,
Mm-hmm.
where we have these goals, we have these plans, but it's really not up to you. Like
Mm.
it's really what God already has in store for us. So
Yep.
that was like one of the biggest times for me when I noticed like, oh no, this is for real. He's real. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's what I mean by it got scrapped. Like how I saw it, scrapped. How it's how it's going, bet let's add to it.
Yeah.
So I'm on my journey
So
to house husband, house dog, dad, house dad, whatever you want to call it.
wait, so in terms of what you thought you would have experienced, would you have said in like 5 years ago, or like maybe before we got engaged, you would have been okay with taking on the role that you're now okay with taking?
Well, I mean, honestly, we talked about it before, but when I told you like, oh yeah, go ahead, start your own thing, I had no idea what it was going to be. I don't know anything about that, especially at that time. So I'm just kind of saying, yeah, go ahead. I'm thinking that my plan is like, no matter what, we good. By that time, I'm like, I'm already proposing, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with where you are right now. I'm telling you that it's fine. So in my mind, you would have been just that, and whatever you were bringing, cool. If you weren't bringing something financially, I was cool with that as well.
Right.
So I wasn't making it about a financial thing. I was just truly believing in what I thought that I prepared
Mm-hmm.
for us.
Now, what do you feel about when, or how do you feel when women who are making a lot of money,
Hmm.
like let's just say a woman is making $1 million a year,
Hmm.
and she has this standard that the person that she wants to be with should be making that or more than she is? How do you feel when, like, how do you feel about that? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, it's not, my opinion is based on how how we see a whole bunch of different opinions out here. My
Mm-hmm.
opinion on all the other opinions is that I don't think that it would be fair. Now, I don't care whether they did or not because I'm not trying to depend on. I didn't grow up trying to depend on someone. So whether I came in or not, I don't care. Like if she had $1 million and she found out I was only making $200,000, then if she ain't cool with that, cool. I gotta go find
Someone who is
yeah,
cool with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying. The way I see it though is just as much as if I'm making the million and then you're making the 200 grand and you're like cool. Of course you're happy. You're like, oh yeah, I got this millionaire or whatever. But I'm thinking like, how can I advance you?
Yeah.
Regardless of how it goes, what side I'm on, I'm always thinking about how can we advance one another.
Yeah.
So outside of the finances, if I think that we're tied in or I think that this is going somewhere, then I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how can we advance to whatever we have created as the goal
Right.
in the future.
Yeah. And I
So
think it still boils down to gender roles. I don't care how much
a woman make.
there is this idea that, like, obviously I love being an entrepreneur and a boss, but I'm still picking a housewife, period, if I have the choice.
Yeah.
But it's like, obviously I'm going to work hard for whatever. Like, I'm going to go hard as a housewife or as a stay-at-home mom
Wherever your
just as
role
hard
is.
as I'm going to go for my business. You know what I mean? But I think that it still falls into the scope of like gender
Who
roles
does
still
what?
play a role.
Yeah.
And you can't neglect that. You can't resist that because women, like, I feel like we are just natural born nurturers, supporters. Like that is like our innate thing.
Yeah.
And for men, it's like your innate thing is like, I don't know, hunting, like finding the thing,
it's
like
making a
problem
way.
solving, making
Yeah,
a way. And so when these types of questions come up, it just makes me think of the fact that it's this just a double standard.
Yeah.
Because if a man asks a woman, like, well, I make $1 million, how much are you bringing to the table? Then suddenly the woman is like 9 times out of 10 doesn't like that. Like it's off-putting because now he's making it about money.
Yeah.
But we as women can make it about money when it comes to the man
Yeah.
that we're selecting. So
And
it's
basically
like,
make him lesser than.
yeah, but it's like, what is provision? Like, what does providing actually mean to you? And if finances is,
Your
I know
number
some
one.
people who are like, I am not dating somebody who is not making X. And that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Like,
your
if that's
standard.
your standard, then
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that. However, I do think that it's important to tread lightly when it comes to that, just because finances are not the only thing that are important in making sure that you have a successful marriage, life, like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just always find it interesting when women come to the table and put their finances they make it such a big deal to where it puts pressure on the man to then feel like, okay, well,
Well, I must not
I
be
must not be, I'm
anything
not enough
good.
for you then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When in reality, that could be your person. And that could be somebody who supports you to the point where you can 10x that and be making 10 million a year from one skill set that he brings to the table. Like, I don't know. I just look at things a lot more holistically, especially now that we're married. It's like, the money is a byproduct of our health, like the health
Yeah.
of our
If we
relationship.
ain't doing good,
Yeah,
ain't
it's
nobody making
like,
nothing.
yeah.
So,
And then if we were making, if one of us was making a ton of money and the
yeah.
other one felt lesser than, then what is that gonna do to us? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
You're gonna
either
end
way,
up. You're
it's
gonna end up. Somebody's gonna end up thinking about it too much, and it's gonna affect the bigger
the
picture.
quality of the
Yeah.
relationship.
So
So,
yeah.
okay.
No, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think for us, I think we look at things in a more simple way. I do know that well, I'm not gonna say most people, a lot of people, based on what we see on TV, what we see on social media, just what we see in the world, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like this thing where, oh, he's lazy if he's only if he's at a home a stay at home dad or whatever, or she sucks because she's only a stay at home mom, but it's okay though because that's what women's supposed to do. Instead of no, because of what they've created, she's able to or he's able to. And it's
And
simple
it
as simple
frees
as
up
that.
the other person to feel clear-headed that their family and their household is well taken care of.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody gonna do, I'm sorry, but ain't nobody gonna do it like how you do it. Like, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you one more thing. Do you feel like you've ever been intimidated by me?
By you?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Okay.
For what?
I'm just
At
asking
what
because I
point?
feel like that is a question that a lot of people ask. I know you're not and have not
People
been
ask you that?
because you don't operate in that way. But I feel like when it comes to people seeing the woman being the quote unquote more successful one,
Based on
which
what
is
they
how they see it,
yeah.
that raises the question of, well, how does your husband feel about that? Like, how does he take your success?
Um. Okay, I answered the question. I'm definitely not intimidated, but I think too, if people are paying attention or people are in now on this podcast, we've known each other since we were 17 and 16. So I've known Erin since she was a kid. So we're 30 and 29 now, and everything that I've seen her do, I knew that she would do something in this form, no matter what. So I want that not just for her, but just my loved ones, my friends. Like I'm like passionate about if I think that you're good at something, I believe even before you may believe that. Oh yeah, you gonna do something great. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Even before I even think about that in myself, like I think that so many people around me, I'm like, man, I wish they would just see it. Or I'm not. I don't really hold my tongue on when I think someone is gonna do great. But I've been telling Aaron this since since we were kids. So
Yeah.
before we even started dating. So
And I think there's a big difference when you see the work that somebody is putting in
yeah.
versus you're just a spectator, basically.
Yeah, and it could be different, say I don't know, maybe met, and I know there's some guys who meet women, especially now, man. Women are killing the game right now, and there could be men meeting women, and they're like, oh shoot. But again, you got to have confidence in yourself if you're trying to go out there and date, regardless. I don't care who is making what. So I don't know. I think I get it if you met now at this big age, as you said.
My age is not that big. That's you. Shoot.
Hey man, listen. Nah, I guess it could be. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be for me just because I don't know. I'm me.
Yeah.
I guess.
I really think it boils down to your confidence
Yeah.
as a person. And if finances determines your confidence, then that's, to me, I wouldn't even want to be with someone like that.
I think
If that is what brings the confidence that you have, is the fact that because in my eyes, you can make a bunch of money and then you can lose a bunch of money. So that can't be the thing that
drives
fuels your
your confidence.
self-esteem.
I was about to say, like, I'm like, I didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up wealthy or anything like that. So I did not. I haven't had it before. Having it is cool, but like I've been happy before any money. Like my family makes me happy. Growing up, I was happy, so I'm a happy person. I was a happy kid. Anything now is really just a plus.
Yeah.
Is it great? Yeah. Does it make life easier? Absolutely. I would be lying if someone's gonna say, "Oh, I don't want no." No, I want money.
Yeah.
I want a whole lot of money.
Exactly.
You can't be afraid to like admit those things, but it's also knowing that, like I said, for me, I didn't have that growing up. We have way more money now than I ever did growing up. I can do way more things than I ever did growing up. But the things that we're doing or anything materialistic hasn't changed my confidence. I've been the same me before we even got to this point in life.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you can attest to. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Yeah.
Money shouldn't make you. We make the money.
Period.
I mean, on that note, I think this is a really good episode.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm team house dad, house husband.
Yes.
All
and
that.
I'm just team like us making.
I'm really team whatever get us to where we're trying to go.
Exactly.
That's
what
the
I was
real.
Gonna say.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Like our roles may shift over
At
time.
any point.
I may end up being the one who's like, okay, like taking a back seat, and Cameron may end up ringleading something that we start in the near future. Like, who knows? Who knows what's gonna,
at the end of the
how
day,
things are gonna shape
now
up.
For us, our money, like it's just our money. It's not a who doing what.
It's
so, how we get it is how we get it.
Yep.
It don't got nobody's name on it. We both see the bank accounts on everything. So
yeah.
And
he might say, "Aaron, slow down."
I do have to. Yeah. Well, she doesn't actually look, so maybe she can, but she doesn't look.
Now I will say that.
What's that?
That I've definitely like gotten too comfortable with. Like I'm a little more
you're a
lax
little
with
lean.
my spending.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right now.
I still do save, and I do think that we live well below our means.
Oh my gosh, we live.
But because sometimes I see other people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you are living. Some people that I see online, and obviously I'm not counting anybody's pockets, but I'd be like, dang, they living the Lux life,
you know,
like dang. And I feel like we're
super.
We can afford that. We're both are like we're happy with what we have right now, and we do want to move soon. Like we want to move into a bigger home, and especially once we are ready to start a family. But we're just like, as of right now, we good.
Yeah, we're good.
So
we chilling. I mean, life is good. Life is comfortable. We are ready to take it up a notch again. We're trying to get. I was just telling Aaron after church. I don't know what it was about today, but literally today, I'm like, man, the grind got to look intense again. I think at one point we both had a super hard grind. I think we just need to enter that space again, but what it looks like now. So
yeah. And it's so funny because when we put in the effort, it's just like it shows. We can see such a difference in just how things play out.
Yeah.
But when we don't put the effort in and we're just kind of like,
you can feel that too.
We can feel that too.
Yeah.
So we're just excited. We're easing up on the years dwindling down, and we're just like, okay, we need to spend a week planning next year and really like committing to things and just revving it up.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
New things are coming in the new year.
Yes.
Things that we are going to stick to, that we have already started planning as of a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see. We just had some exciting things that we want to do so that we both can achieve that stay at home dad and mom vibes.
Yeah.
That and money is coming in while we sleeping, literally.
Right.
So we can have that feeling no matter what day it is. Maybe
Yes.
retire by 40. Who knows?
We love that.
That
Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
lit. But anyway, wait.
So a
Oh,
few little
oh yeah,
housekeeping things because I always have to do housekeeping.
yeah.
If you are watching on YouTube, please leave a comment and let us know you're this or that. Also, let us know your questions. If you have any questions for us, we're gonna do a full Q&A episode.
Yeah.
And if you want to leave your question in the comments, you can. If not, if you want it to be anonymous, leave us a DM. We'll link our Instagram at Sips of Success in the description box. Or if you're listening on any type of listening platform, please, go follow us on Sips of Success on Instagram and leave us a comment or a DM of a question if you have, if you want us to ask. It can be to us, or you can ask us like our take on something. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like a how many kids do y'all want type question.
It's not. It's not for
not
us.
for us.
Yeah.
Unless you do want us to answer something that you're
about us.
curious about, but
Yeah.
more so like we want to give just like our take on, hear more about you guys and what your things, like what you're going through or like what you have going on. So
yeah, and naturally we've been talking a lot about more relationship stuff, but please ask business questions. We're gonna start talking about more business related topics, but we're just getting the things flowing. So even if it's business related or just life related, like we would like to answer those questions if you have them.
Yeah.
And then also from the last episode, we did do our first giveaway from episode 5, where we did a date night for a couple. So we had this post. We said, hey, comment and if you follow, we'll randomly choose you. That's something we did. So the winners of the date night is Hannah. I want to say Beeman. I gotta make sure I got her name right. So yeah, Hannah Beeman and her fiance Ashton Robinson.
Woo!
So shout out to y'all.
Hey,
We hope y'all
Hannah
enjoyed.
and
We will.
Ashton. Congrats on being engaged too.
Yeah, congrats on that. We will send you a message to get the details of where we're going to send you your gift card. So
yes, and then take a picture on your date night so we can post it on the page.
Yeah. Do all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Let the folks know where you went.
Yes. All right, you guys. So this was fun.
Yes.
Cheers to, the end of the year. And we're going to have some more episodes, fun episodes.
We have a few more episodes. We will take off
that last week of the year.
Yeah, the last week of the year. So we got a few more to go. Going to change up the scenery. And, if you rock with me, then you rock with us. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time.
Bye.